A very good afternoon, Jean Alisha. I am particularly glad to note your consistency in attending the course on spectroscopy. Way back in 2002, I was walking in your shoes. Then I was a fresh research scholar that has newly landed in IIT Madras in the laboratory of Professor Tirukkallam Kantadai Varadarajan, who has been my doctoral supervisor. And I am equally fortunate to have a world-renowned distinguished scientist, Professor Balasubramanya Vishwanathan, to be my co-supervisor and teacher. Way back in 2002, that is nearly 2 decades ago, the standards, regulations rather, of awarding PhD degree to research scholars remained almost the same, like the necessity of coursework. I'm very happy that our GSFC University is not out of date. Though much younger, means though 7 years old, GSFC University is performing on a par with the world famous Indian Institute of Technologies. Because I am from IIT, I can compare. I'm glad that the regulations for awarding PhD degree for research scholars are that there is a compulsory, mandatory PhD coursework. This enriches the scholar with knowledge. The curriculum may look like the same as what you have learned in your master's and in your bachelor's. But what we do in PhD coursework is going into the depths of each of the concepts, topics, subjects included in the curriculum. Moreover, the emphasis will be on application of such knowledge to research. This makes the PhD course inevitable. This makes the PhD coursework inevitable. This makes the PhD coursework a necessary agenda in the regulations for awarding PhD degree to research scholars. I'm glad that GSFC University, though much younger compared to IITs that have been envisioned by the very first Prime Minister of India, Shri late Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. I'm equally glad that I have a wonderful student like Jinali Shah that is really interested in learning. In our very first lecture session, I came to know that the motivation for Jinali to do her PhD studies is to alleviate the suffering of mankind and to contribute to the society, to the larger good of the society in which we are an inevitable part. As we are reaching the end of the semester and as we are going to have an exam on the spectroscopy course, in this class, I would like to highlight some important topics on which you need to focus, read, study, revise, so that you can perform well in the exam. As usual, I will continue with the application of spectroscopic techniques in solving research problems, followed by quickly scanning through the useful study material that has already been uploaded, saved in the classroom. Not only in science, but from the perspective of technology also, GSFC University is not out of date and performing exceptionally well. By this, what I mean is all the study material that is discussed in the class can be stored at one place, and the material could be made accessible to the students very easily through classroom. In the classroom, we teachers can have specific space folders for each of the courses that we are taking up. And within that folder with the course code and course name, we can place all the material ranging from curriculum, previous question papers, mid-semester question papers, end semester question papers, and the standard textbooks that are related to the course and the reference textbooks that are related to the course and the PowerPoint presentations and any other material that is needed for delivering the subject can be made easily accessible to the students. So in the classroom, I have placed all the exam related material and I have shared with you the name of the class, that is PhD PhD CM 103. And in the classroom, there is something called the password or the code. If you type the code, you can access all the material that is uploaded in the classroom. That that password and the code for the classroom, key for the classroom has also been shared with you. So please go through the material as requested by you to mail all the material that has been placed in the classroom. I will mail. I'm not sure if you are facing any problem in accessing the material from the classroom. If you are to face any such problem, please let me know so that we will try to solve the problem and make the online system or the classroom location and accessibility more convenient for usage. As I told you, first I will share the screen and quickly present to you on some applications of spectroscopy in chemical research. As you know, Jinali, I can say that you are very fortunate to have a teacher of my kind with vast experience. It's not blowing my own trumpet. It's not like boasting, but it is indeed true. You know, I'm fortunate to have very experienced teachers, especially during my PhD, especially during my postdoctoral research, that made me in-depth understanding of the vital areas of research, the fertile areas of research, the subjects on which we need to work on and produce something worthwhile, ranging from, research papers, patents, monographs, book chapters, books, patents, knowledge, lecture modules, and it's indeed endless. Organizing, workshops, seminars, symposia, orientation programs, and many more. For the past 20 years, I have been actively and busily involved in all these things. Fortunately, my hair hasn't grown white. Relative to my contemporaries, I look younger, no? Just it is to make you active, okay? In class, I'll try my best to attract the attention of whole of the class. Of course, none of the students will be absent-minded. All students will be attentive in my class. I'm fortunate here at GSFC to have such, bright students, whether it is undergraduate course or postgraduate course or PhD course. I will share my screen. As you can see, this is how you need to deliver the lectures, Nowadays, everything, online. The connectivity has increased tremendously. Internet accessibility and, advances in information and technology made the impossible possible, no? Of course, it's not at all a surprise to me, though it could be a surprise to many other contemporaries of mine. Because, I often read Bible in the book of Daniel, in the Old Testament of Bible. It has already been foretold that, such a day is going to come when the knowledge will increase many a fold, because there will be drastic reduction in distances. As a result, people will travel extensively from east to west, west to east, and to every nook and corner of the world, because the distances are reduced. Because people travel extensively, what will happen is there will be an explosion in information. What will happen is 3 consecutive kings. Nowadays, we do not see such aged, experienced, counselors. That is a pity. I wish some of the nations have ministers, advisors, like Daniel, that can interpret the mysterious things, the things of God, the things belonging to the future. Alas, we